Good morning, everyone. Can we give it up for Glenn Stevens and the entire team at MICHauto? My goodness, what a tremendous program they do. Give it up for Sandy Barra, my dear friend at Detroit Regional Chamber. Before I get into very brief comments, because Glenn put me on the clock, he was like, look at the clock. I want to give honor. Are there any elected officials here? Any elected officials? Okay. I also want to give, I see up front my dear friend and mentor, Susan Corbin from Leo. Susan, will you stand up, please? Sue's tremendous. Give it up for her. I see Brittany Affolter came from the Michigan Strategic Fund. Brittany, will you please stand up and be recognized? If there are other members of the MSF, I apologize. And then I see colleagues, I'm not going to name all, from MEDC. I'm very grateful. When I saw New Reality, I was thinking about the sports reality. The Lions are 9-3. Michigan, yes, give it up for the Lions. University of Michigan, back to back, number one. Give it up for the Wolverines, even if you're a Spartan. The Tigers, long-term contract with their manager. Good news. And I'm encouraged about the Pistons, believe it or not, and the Red Wings. But on a serious note, the New Reality really speaks to the fact that regardless of what people may say, the future of innovation, the future of how we think about highly advanced manufacturing remains centered in Detroit, in Michigan, really in the whole notion of how we move around. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And we're grateful at MEDC to just be a part of Team Michigan, because it takes all of us. One of the central things that we're going to talk about, and I'm glad that you can see some of our leadership here, what this says to us is that there's work that's been accomplished, but there's work that remains. And I want to make sure that we all come to grips with what I believe is the central element of really not only Michigan's tale, but I would argue the nation's tale. Manufacturing, mobility is not only important from just an economic standpoint, but psychologically. And I think that our work, making sure that young people understand the creativity, the innovation that is inherent in this, is vitally important. And I'm grateful to all of you for being here and helping push us at MEDC, pushing us within state government to make sure that we protect and continue to push the boundaries on mobility. I don't know whether she's here or not, but we were fortunate enough to have a new chief mobility officer, Justine Johnson. I don't know whether Justine's here, but tremendous leader, multimodal, understands the intersectionality of mobility across multiple different segments. We're also really grateful for our university partners at the 2- and 4-year level, and as well as the men and women of labor. Ultimately, the future, the new reality, is really the same as the old reality. It's about people. And you can't talk about incredible people without talking about Michiganders. Grit, resiliency, a long suffering. There's some value in that. But more importantly, thank you for that, but creativity, problem solving, ingenuity. The big three will continue, as well as Toyota and others who have their R&D headquarters here, to drive forward the future of mobility. There are tremendous things that I could announce, but I want to just make sure that we understand it's not just the big three, it's not just large companies, but it's small and medium-sized companies. It's entrepreneurs who are trying to plug in to this ecosystem, to figure out how they can continually solve challenges that maybe you will have as an OEM or as a supplier, or us as consumers as we try to plug in and make sure that we can charge, and also other propulsion systems as we transition from ICE. So in conclusion, I would say I am absolutely confident that our leadership is here to stay, but we cannot take it for granted. We're going to need each one of us to be open, to be honest, to ask tough questions and to push each other. And you will have a great partner, not only at MEDC, but the all of government, not only from the executive branch, but the legislative branch. Thanks very much and enjoy your day.